Although 2024 had us bidding farewell to a few professional wrestlers, it seems that 2025 is going to be the year where a lot of our favorite professional wrestlers are going to have their last matches. Everybody from Jeff Jarrett, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hulk Hogan looks like they're forcing him into retirement, and John Cena are all going to retire or at least have their final matches, quote unquote. On top of that, there is one professional wrestler that we're all forgetting about throughout this entire retirement tour bonanza, and that is Bill Goldberg. Goldberg is essentially going to have his final match. I would say he's been retired, but it's been more of an absence. He has not had his finality. He has not had his, I'm going to leave my boots in the ring and bid farewell to everyone type of a match. And he looks to have that in 2025. So is this going to be a retirement tour, or are we just seeing one more match? How much does Bill Goldberg have left in him? Now, we've seen him teased a program with Gunther. That is a loose end that needs to be tied up. I think it was Backlash, or was it Backlash? The one that they were in Atlanta, Georgia, and Goldberg was in the crowd. Gunther was doing a promo. It wasn't Backlash because that was in France. So, Hell in a Cell, Bad Blood. Yes. Okay. So, Bad Blood, Goldberg was in the crowd. Gunther was in the ring. He was cutting a promo. Goldberg jumps the guardrail. They have a confrontation. Goldberg gets on the top rope, and everybody's like, Goldberg is coming back. So they were teasing this at the tail end of 2024. So potentially you might be preparing yourself for Goldberg against Gunther, final matchup for Goldberg. However, there is one match that Goldberg needs to have. I'm the Wrestling Old Head. You have entered the portal of pro wrestling. And today, I'm off my rocker, breaking down Goldberg's retirement like a shotgun. Let's talk about it. I did a 30-some-odd minute video that is probably already out there on John Cena's final matches. The matches that I feel he should have, the opponents I feel he should have, rather, and those matches. I did not include Goldberg, so I'm kind of burying the lead here. However, thinking it over in my head, John Cena and Goldberg have never been in the same ring at the same time. One of the few Attitude Era / Ruthless Aggression Era type matches that we have never seen. We never saw Super Cena against Goldberg. Obviously, they're two fan favorites. Obviously, they have had very polarizing careers. Some fans loved them, some fans hated them. The parallels are interesting. Goldberg came basically from obscurity, from the WCW Performance Center at the time, the power plant, all the way to WCW World Heavyweight Champion, all the way to WWE World Champion, and in the pantheon of infamy. John Cena, from UPW, Ultimate Pro Wrestling, out in California, to the WWE Performance Center, to WWE Champion, into the pantheon of infamy, the legacy of John Cena. John Cena having his retirement tour. This was a dream match I didn't think a lot of people were talking about, that I didn't think a lot of people would actually want to see. And I must admit, I'm not clamoring to see this match. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star match. I don't think it's going to be star-studded. I don't think it's going to be a classic by any stretch of the imagination. I am not clamoring for this match because I think fans actually want to see it. But for the legacy that the WWE is trying to play out with their superstars, this is a match that I'm sure video game aficionados have been having on their PlayStations for the WWE 2K for a long time. What happens if the spear meets the FU? Goldberg and John Cena, a match that has never happened. What if it happened? A lot of people said John Cena and Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and Steve Austin. And then on the other side, it was Goldberg and Steve Austin and Goldberg. And I forget, the storied dream matches that never got to happen. Everybody talks about them. We can go through the list of them. But John Cena and Goldberg, it's a match that a lot of people never thought they wanted to see, but it's a match that I feel has to happen to kind of complete the loop of dream matches from that era. I know, it sounds crazy. They're both fan favorites. I think this is the type of match maybe should happen at WrestleMania, but I think more so belongs in Saudi Arabia, actually. This is a match that the Saudi Arabian area would love to have. Two legends just colliding in the ring. If not Saudi Arabia, somewhere in Europe. I think Europe would be another place that would eat this type of a match for breakfast. Depending on what time zone, of course. But this is one of those matches that doesn't have to go long. I think for a retirement tour, I think they both should be on a retirement tour. It should necessitate a type of, this isn't their final match, but this is one of their final matches, if that makes sense. I think Goldberg should have matches. His final match, honestly, should be with a young, up-and-coming superstar. The same with John Cena. I think they both have that. But I don't believe their paralleled retirement tours should have the same conclusion. I believe John Cena should go out winning the WWE Championship and getting cashed in on from the Money in the Bank to start a new story. I think that would be fascinating. I think it would be pretty exciting. Like, imagine if Drew McIntyre had the Money in the Bank, and as John Cena finally breaks his record of world championship wins, that he's holding the championship in the air, the fireworks are going off, the crowd is going absolutely insane, and Drew McIntyre hits him in the back of the head with the suitcase and cashes it in. No one's ever going to forget that cash in, number one. And they'd have to do it in a way where nobody expects it. So there would be they'd have to really pull some strings and really subvert the internet's ability to fantasy cook and jump ahead of something like that for it to really be a surprise. So that's going to cause, that's going to require some homework. Maybe Drew gets injured, feigns an injury, and we think he's going to the hospital, so we don't think he's going to be in the arena anymore. And then, bam, he shocks us all. I think that would really help, because if not, I think the fans would kind of expect the cash in if they knew he was healthy and he was backstage and, just waiting for the celebration, So I think it could really work. Feigns an injury, goes into the ambulance, we don't think he's coming back, and then boom, nails John Cena from behind, cashes in, wins the WWE Championship, and sends John Cena on his way. John Cena the next night on Raw can come out, do his speech, leave his boots in the ring, whatever it is, or his tennis shoes, his sneakers, and sails off into the sunset. I think for Goldberg, his retirement, it should be with a loss, but I think it should just be a clean, fair loss. And I think he should fade off into the sunset. I think it should be with Gunther, and I think Gunther should win that. I think Gunther should pin him in the middle of the ring to cement his legacy and his rise to infamy and to the legacy that he is upholding. And I think it should be one of those hard-hitting, fast-paced matches that you come to expect from a Gunther match, where it's chop city, maybe a couple spears, they go on the outside, they run amok, get back in the ring, and Goldberg gets powerbombed. I think honestly, he misses the spear, hits the turnbuckle, turns around, Gunther gives him the powerbomb and gets the win. Or maybe chokes him out. One or the other. And then afterwards, I think Goldberg should shake his hand. I think he should show respect to Gunther. And that should be it. So with the two types of retirement tours, or I guess with Goldberg, it's kind of been insinuated that he's just coming back for one more match. However, I just see so many opportunities for him to have a couple of different matches. Like, I'd like to see him get the tsunami from Bronson Reed and have a match with Bronson Reed. I'd like to see him against Jacob Fatu. I'd like to see Roman team with Goldberg. I know it sounds crazy. I would even like to see CM Punk have a conversation with Goldberg. I think that would be classic. They've never had a match before. If you think about that, Goldberg and CM Punk, I don't believe they've ever had a match, but I'm not looking for a CM Punk Goldberg match here. I really am not. I'm not clamoring for it. However, the two of them in the same ring at the same time with microphones, I think could be very intriguing and captivating for the audience. I think there can be some mutual respect there as well, and I think they can speak on that. I just think there's a lot of different routes that they can go with this. I think Goldberg coming back, it doesn't have to just be for one more match. I know fans are not wanting to see Goldberg full-time anymore. And the same can be said for John Cena. However, John Cena's coming back and we all know that he's leaving. And so maybe with Goldberg, there can be some kind of a resurgence here. We can get maybe 2 or 3 more matches. And if he does have more than one more match left before he calls it quits, it is just my opinion, probably an unpopular opinion, that one of those matches should involve John Cena. And I think it's just because of, and the reason why I didn't put Goldberg on my list in the video that I had previously is because honestly, I'm not looking forward to this match, but where I'm coming from is from a business perspective. My mind is going on the business aspect, and I think it could be huge business for the WWE to go over their history of dream matches and have this match in the catalog. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it's effective, right? It's you cross that off of the list. The match that we never thought we would see, we actually got to see in the tail end of the two wrestlers' careers. If I'm John Cena, I'm crossing that name off the list. I'm going to wrestle Goldberg for one night in one match, probably in Saudi Arabia or somewhere overseas, and just get that off my bucket list. If it even is a bucket list for John Cena, but it's a great match. I mean, it's two wrestlers from two bygone eras closing the chapter in a new era and putting that match in a catalog of some of the greatest dream matches the WWE has ever put on. I'm not saying it's going to be a great match, but I'm just saying the idea. That's it. It's a video game match come to life, legitimately. So that is where I'm, Goldberg, he's got detractors, man. I know I'm going to get flamed in the comments for this. I know that a lot of people are not going to like this opinion, but like I said, I'm not coming from a wrestling fan's perspective. I'm coming from the business aspect and what they can draw. Fans see Goldberg and John Cena, and they're going to see them for the last time. This is going to be one of the last times you would see Goldberg in a ring. One of the last times you'll see John Cena in the ring. Although John Cena is 47 years old, if I'm not mistaken, he's not even 50 yet. I know he's going to try and continue his acting career, but I think he's probably going to come back for a couple of more matches. Like, I really can't see John Cena at 47 years old calling it quits and not coming back for a few matches once he gets into his mid 50s or even 60. That's just me. I think he loves I think he loves it so much. He loves professional wrestling so much. It's been really all he's known. He's got a passion for it like none other. He's one of the guys that can really see in the front office at some point. He's got the mind for the business as well. Could really see him running shit. I just don't think he'll stay away that long. But this retirement tour, I think it should involve these matches that we didn't think we would see. I really do. I think he should go for the tag team championships with R-Truth. And I think he should go after all the wrestlers that I named in the previous video. And if you haven't watched that video, it's probably going to be up here somewhere. I'm probably going to leave a link to it so that you can access it pretty easily. But I go very in-depth about the types of professional wrestlers that I'd like to see him get in the ring with before he calls it quits. And I didn't put a Goldberg, but I am saying from a business aspect, Goldberg and John Cena, it holds a lot of weight, man. I think there are a lot of fans of both that would love to see it, and I think it would close a chapter on both of those eras. The Ruthless Aggression and the Attitude Era collide for one night only. And it's one of the very few matches with wrestlers from that time period that they can do that have not been done. So I say do it. And that's just my opinion. And I know you guys have a lot to say about that because you're probably watching this and you're biting your tongue or you're fuming, you're red in the face. or you're smirking and you're like, yeah, I can see the WWE doing this. But whatever it is, whatever your opinion is, do not feel afraid or don't hold back. Let me have it in the comments right now. Type your comments. Let me know how you feel. I'm not gonna shy away from the comments, man. Whatever you guys have to say, I'm gonna respond. It doesn't bother me at all, not one bit. You can say whatever you want. You can have the contrarian opinion. Just let me know how you feel. It's all good. And after you do that, if you want to do a thumbs up or a thumbs down, you guys, it doesn't matter either. Thumbs up, thumbs down on this take. I think it's a really hot take. John Cena, Goldberg, one night only, first time match, last time these two guys are ever going to be in the ring together. I think it could be some huge business, but that's just my take on it. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thumbs up on the way out, or thumbs in the middle, or thumbs down, whatever you guys want. And as always, stay tuned for more.